Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. Right, this is the third round draw for the 15th edition of the Tapology Lucky Bastard Game. We're back after a 2 week hiatus, or I suppose only 1 week. We only missed out 1 week of fighting, but it feels longer. Been a fortnight since we've last done a video, so just picking up where we left off a couple of weeks back. Despite being one of the largest games we've ever had, in fact, the largest game we've ever had, we're already down to just four people in the third round. Just to go over those again, they are Cheeseball. I have to scroll down a bit, so alphabeticalized. Schwer Industry, Trig, and XCon Chris. So those are the four left it fighting in this one. Despite only being the third round, as I've mentioned before, which is a ridiculous rate of elimination from the wheel. Right, for the third round, we have the UFC Fight Night. Benil Dariush versus Arman Saryukin. I think I pronounced that right. I probably haven't. There is a 0% chance I pronounced that right, but I have practiced that, so I don't know if that's paid off. But anyway, as for the fight itself, it's one of those. It's kind of made me think. If you were a new MMA fan getting into the sport, and you were sort of trying to catch up where we're currently at in the sport of MMA, one of the things you will quickly learn is that that the lightweight division of the UFC is absolutely stacked. You've got obviously the old guard like Poirier, Gacy, Islam, of course, the champion, that are stuck at the top of the division, have been mainstay for a while. But it's only when you see a fight like this, that's sort of in the middle of the top 10 kind of ranked fight, so you realize just how ridiculously stacked it is. And that's the case with Neil Dariush and Arman Sarsukin here. It's because it's it, these two in any other weight class, pound for pound, could be champions. In my opinion, I genuinely believe that, and they still might be. They maybe one day, depends how it all plays out. When the old guards at the top start to get old, they might. Well, so you never know with this sport, but it's certainly not impossible. But seeing these two come head to head like this, and bearing in mind they're not exactly young prospects either. They've both well into 20 plus fights of their careers now, so they're both veterans of the sport. It's just ridiculous when when you think about it, how far they've already come, and yet how far they've still got to go. It's well, anyway, I think sort of rambling on a bit, but I think the point I'm trying to make here is that Dariush isn't. He's ranked a little bit above Sarsukan. I think last time I checked the rankings, it was anyway. I don't really put much stock into the UFC rankings, to be honest. But if that is still the case, then I think he's deserving of that spot. Despite being the bookmaker's underdog, but for the fight, it's he has fought occasionally, so not always successfully, but he has fought the top tier of the division. And it's that experience I think is going to really prove the main deciding factor here. I think it's his last fight is was it the one where he got knocked out by Charles Oliveira? Was that his last one? Has he had one since? I'm not sure, but but like I say, no shame in that one at all because those that's he's had those big he's had those big marquee fights at the top of the lightweight pyramid, and so he's got some great names on his resume as well, but he's not quite the elite names that Dariush has. So despite being the underdog, I'm going with Dariush for a decision win here. Um, as for the rest of the card, it's absolutely stacked for a fight night card. I mean, you just casually got fairly recent flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo, not even in the main event, against Rob Font in the third, the main, the main, whatever you call the third one down from the co-main event, I guess. But like I say, Sean Brady, Kevin Gastelum, that's sure to be a banger as well. Obviously got Maisha Tate, legend of the women's game further down on the card against Julia Avila. And it's just, yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot of talent in this fight night. So it's one of the best ones we've had for a while. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Anyway, enough of my nonsense ramblings. I've already rambled on a bit longer than I was planning to, and certainly longer than you wanted me to. So let's get on with the draw. First up is Cheeseball to face the wheel. And just mention that fight there. It was between Rob Font and Davison Figueiredo, and it's Rob Font for Cheeseball. He's the bookmaker's favourite, Rob Font. I disagree. I think Figueiredo should be, because yes, it's a moving up a weight class, but really the only person better for many years at flyweight was Brandon Moreno. So, and that's and obviously, yeah, Rob Font, he's one of the best of the division, but I don't think that sheer that sheer domination of, well, joint domination with Moreno he had over the lightweight division, that should be enough to carry him over the top of the bantamweight division, or at least over the top of Rob Font anyway. Just my couple of pennies there, but anyway, so the bookies say the Cheeseball's got a good chance. I disagree, but either way, it's certainly not a write-off. Next, Schwer Industry. And he gets Veronica Hardy. Veronica Hardy there. Very first fight on the cards against Jamie Lynn Horth. And yeah, I can, again, you never can tell with women's MMA. I've said that countless videos in a row now, but I reckon that Jamie Lynn Horth is just going to win a straight decision. Just better records. I'd be lying if I said I was an expert on the Jamie Lynn Horth's fight history, but on paper at least, it looks like it should be a fairly run-of-the-mill fight for her. So I don't really fancy your chances all that much, Schwer Industry, I'm afraid. But best of luck to you anyway. Hope you can prove me wrong. Already halfway through this video. My rambling at the start's probably going to make up like 80% of this bloody video. Anyway, Trig up next. And Trig is going to have... Oh, would you look at that? Jamie Lynn Horth fighting in his corner tomorrow night. Yeah, no, I'd say not really a lot I can add to that, given my last little ramble there, but I think she's going to win. And it's interesting. It's only 4 of you left, 24 fighters, and we have a 1v1 here. Schwer Industry versus Trig. So that's certainly an interesting one. And last but by no means least, ex-con Chris. And the wheel decides to award... What are the odds of that? Come on, seriously. Jamie Lynn Horth again. Wow, okay. Well, it seems it's 2v1 for that first fight. Jamie Lynn Horth versus Veronica Hardy. Schwer Industry versus Trig and ex-con Chris. And then we've got to wait almost the other end of the card until we get to Cheeseball out on his own. So, yeah, that's going to be very interesting, especially seeing that's the very first fight. Well, that's the way the wheel falls this week. Just yeah, like I know I just have reiterated it. Yeah, it's Cheeseball with Rob Font, and Schwer Industry with Veronica Hardy, and Trig and XCon Chris both up against Schwer Industry and Veronica Hardy with Jamie Lynn Horth. So, that's going to be only a couple of fights to watch, but it's interesting. Certainly very interesting dynamics to the game. Could be a case of if Trig and XCon Chris both go through, then, well, they're guaranteed to be in a 1v1 unless Cheese Ball goes through. Or if Schwer Industry pulls off the upset with Veronica Hardy, then it's just going to be waiting to see if Rob Font wins, and in which case he'd be champion. But either way, I think it's quite likely we're actually going to get another round on top of this. So yeah. Anyway, just to wrap up this video, then it's as always, good luck with your picks. Good luck for you four in this game. Especially good luck if you've got any bets on this card, and we'll see how this plays out tomorrow night. Interesting games. Kind of, it's a shame we've only got 2 fights of interest, but it's does have interesting dynamics to it. Anyway, good luck with life in general. God knows we all need it right now. And until next week, so long for now.